Women Work Well is a community that centers working moms and offers resources to help working moms balance work, wellness, and womanhood. We profile everyday women to show you how to live abundantly, love your babies, and level up in your career. Welcome to Women Work Well. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
I'm trying to bring some energy this morning. You got your coffee.
Listen, I'm trying to get some energy this morning.
It's all about that mom life. Let's see. I have some tea. I am in snowy St. Louis.
Oh, that's what's supposed to be happening here in Dallas.
Yes, it's supposed to get like 8 to 10 inches. Not ready for it.
What?
School is canceled. So I'm just wondering. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see us. Can you drop a comment because I'm looking on here? Drop a comment and let me know if y'all can see us. Give me a thumbs up here because I am not seeing that we're visible. Let me give it 1 second, Marty.
I'm looking too I just got a notification from LinkedIn and it looks like we are.
We are. I don't see us. I just see a black screen. But maybe I'm tripping.
No, I see us.
You see us? Girl, let's do this then. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for another Women Work Well conversation. As you know, Women Work Well is all about helping women live abundantly, love your babies, and level up in your career. I'm so excited because this is equal parts actionable and inspirational. We're going to get you in and out. So by 8:30, hopefully you have gotten some nuggets that are going to get you started for your day. I am joined by an amazing queen here, Marty McDonald. Marty, introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on. Listen, I am a new mama that it has a very unpredictable life right now. So I appreciate you being patient with me. But I am Marty McDonald. I am the CEO and founder of Boss Women Media. Boss Women Media is an offline, online women's empowerment community and media company. We create experiences through the lens of brands that are looking to connect with Black women. Ultimately, we are a storytelling company. We are telling the stories of Black women, white women allies who are doing the dang thing and paving a way for others so that someone who can see will see inspiration, hope, will see themselves, and will know that it is possible for them to create the career of their dreams.
Y'all give
That's
some
who I am. That's what I do.
Give some virtual snaps. Alrighty. I told you we start with the word of the day. Y'all, the word of the day is grace because I think that is what so many people need. I have been watching and seeing the unfortunate events that have been rolling out with people self-harming. And I think this just is a time and really, honestly, the genesis of these conversations is to create communities, is to let people know you are not alone as you struggle, as you go through. I hope that you are giving yourself grace, and that you are being kind to yourself. Let that be the word that resonates with you this week. So if you are tuning in live, we're recording this on a Wednesday. Let us know where you are tuning in from. I mentioned I'm in St. Louis, and I know we got mamas all over the country, so I would give y'all a second. And as we're doing that, Marty, I want to get to know you a little bit. So I have this kind of like round robin. I'm going to just be like super quick, one word answers, and you tell us what you like. So are you tea or coffee? Team tea or team coffee?
Oh, team coffee.
Ooh.
Every day, all day.
So is your coffee light skin? Like, how do you drink your coffee?
No, it's dark.
Okay, so I do Y'all, I love coffee a little bit, but I put like milk and cream. So by the time,
Then
it
you
gets
don't like coffee.
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Good morning, Cleveland. Y'all, this is my bestie, Danielle. If you missed her on our last session, be sure to go and check out the replay. All right. Jeans or jeggings? Jeans or jeggings?
Girl,
Come
I
on,
have a
Marty.
donk. I have a donk, so I'm gonna have to go with jeans.
For those of you who don't know what the donk is, it is a very large derriere. Um, so I had to translate. Okay, physical book or audiobook?
Physical. I take notes.
What? Okay, so listen, y'all, and drop it in chat. Let me know how y'all read your books because I have so much going on. So, like to sit, to open a book, to have the quiet
Oh, all
space.
back there. All
Look
back
at
there.
that. Okay, what do you
All
okay,
field.
okay, y'all
All
start here
field.
first. Look at the evidence right there. Okay, what are you reading that you love?
Right now I'm reading Will,
Okay,
the new Will Smith.
you love it?
Love it.
Okay,
And then I just picked up How I Built It,
okay,
the podcast. Guy Rez has a new book
okay.
and it's incredible.
Okay, shout out to Patrice Tucker. Hello, good morning. Evelyn Joseph, we see you. Amika, good morning. Regina, good morning. Danielle, good morning. Okay, last question. You ready?
Mhm.
What is your get hype song?
Freedom by Beyonce
Okay,
and
okay.
Kendrick Lamar. That is my get hype. I can take over the world song. But I also like really am connected with Maverick City, who is a gospel choir, gospel group. And they have a song called Man of Your Word. And that song got me through 2021 after having a baby and having a baby in the NICU.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Wow. I love Maverick City, y'all. If you have a song that is so special to you, please drop it in. Like, let this be a chance for resources. I cannot go 1 second further because my girl, Samira Cook Gaines, is on the line. Samira, this is a heart for you. I love you. Can you just know that from my lips to God's ears, I love you. So thank you for
Oh,
tuning in. All righty, let's get this party started. So, moms, I know you are a working mama. I know that you are living the entrepreneur life. I know that you have a young baby. Tell us about your daughter.
yeah. I have a little girl. Her name is L. Olivia McDonald. She's 1 years old in 2 weeks. You know, mamas will be like, she is 13 weeks, whatever. But that is the sun to my light. She has forever changed my life and showcasing to me that love is just infinite and you can find it in so many places while she's turning up in the background with her dad and I can hear her. But yeah, she is God's promise, to be honest. When we were when I was 28 weeks pregnant, I was diagnosed with a disease called congenital diaphragmatic hernia, which basically meant that she had a hernia, her spleen, her intestines, and her liver were up in her chest by her lungs,
Hmm.
and her lungs were not able to fully develop. And so from that, she had to we had to have a surgery when she was first born
Mhm.
and to remove and push everything back down. And we had to recover in the NICU for 35 days after we had the surgery. So she really is a testament to who God is. And I see God from and through her because of our experience. So that's Ale.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. I think it's beautiful that you have a miracle that you can look at every day. So, can you tell me a little bit about like how does faith influence your parenting and like what does that look like for you?
You know, faith is the number one component of just my life, period. It's God first, then it's me, then my priority is my husband and my daughter. And so if I'm not incorporating faith in it, it really isn't a part of the decisions I'm making. I know that beyond everything else in this world, I want her to know that she's worthy because God said
Mm,
she is. I
mm,
want her to know that she can do anything because God said she can. And I
mhm.
want her to know that nothing is impossible. And I want her to be able to showcase and know that God loves her and for her to showcase love back in return.
So it sounds like you're giving her an anchor to help her
Absolutely.
live her life. And, as you think about as a parent, you want to instill everything that you want to give them virtues, you want to give them something to hold on to when times
Mhm.
get tough. So it sounds like you're offering your faith to her to as you build and grow her. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
So I know you have a little baby. Do you have life hacks for how you manage life and, find time to still work on your business and still, be everything that you feel gifted and called to do? How do you sort of balance that?
I
And what
have help.
Okay.
And I just don't think it's possible without help. People say it takes a village to raise a child. I don't think I understood that before I became a mom. But you think about it back in the day, moms were not working hundreds of years ago, right? And then they weren't working and it still took a village. Amplify one business, two businesses, having a child, living in a city without a family, it's a lot. So you got to have help. And so I have solicited lots of help. And it still isn't enough. And I mean, and we're in also a pandemic. So, it's interesting because we don't go to daycare. We do have help at the house. But the same sense, it's like it's rough out here for the new moms. For the pandemic moms, this is different. You can't have people really around your child, and you're very cautious of where you go, and you having an outlet to just release. I'm a social person naturally. So it's been really interesting being in isolation for 2 years essentially. Um, but I asked for help. And so I think that what sometimes we don't think help is attainable for us,
Mm,
but you need to figure out different ways to make it attainable for your lifestyle to supplement things. If I think about it from the perspective of if I had help that helps me Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that I'm able to maximize my business to this level at this amount, which can then replace the dollars that I'm spending for help. But I can't think, oh, I can't afford a nanny, I can't afford help, because then I'm limiting myself from making my business as maximum as possible. So I got a cleaner. I do Instacart, like everything to make my life easier. That's what I have to do so I can focus on building the brand, the multi-million dollar brand that I'm working on, so that in return, I can be great for that as well. Be great as a mom for her, be a great wife. But it all starts with asking for help.
I think it's so hard because, especially in communities of color, there's like myths around, okay, you're strong, you can do this. And so I hear you saying, ask for help. I hear you saying, especially in a whole global pandemic, ask for lots of help. I want to be sensitive to the mamas who may not be able to outsource, who may not have those resources. So, what would you say to a woman who maybe isn't able to hire help in or isn't able to, you know, have someone come help her in her home, but still has all of the demands? Like, what would you say to her?
I want to say to her, you are not the superwoman. You don't have to be everything to everybody. And you have to, in order to love yourself and to show self love, you have to figure out a way to make your load lighter. So it's a mindset. You do have the resources to
Mm,
get the help that you need. I want you, sis, to change your mindset and figure out, okay, well, we're not going to eat Starbucks and Chick-fil-A for the month. And I want you to calculate all of that up so you can see how you have the resources. It's just about changing your mindset, not having broke ass thoughts about what you can do, and what you deserve, most importantly, so that you can make it a little bit easier for you. um and I see someone saying, how do you afford help? Like, are there items in your home that you could sell? Are there things that you could supplement, right? Are there ways that you could say to someone, I'm going to focus on these areas if you could help me focus on these areas? There's always ways to make getting help for yourself. Or you find someone who's starting off, or you find someone who is home from school, from college in the summertime, but utilize your resources. But if you don't ask, no one knows. Even if you don't have everything to start today, begin to ask, begin to speak it out, begin to say, this is what I deserve and what I need, and this is what I'm looking for. You'll be surprised by the words that you speak, how powerful they are, that can bring forth exactly what you need.
Okay, let's do some virtual snaps. Okay, so many points to come back. Samira, thank you for that point about bartering. So maybe you're really great at baking cookies and you can get someone else to maybe watch your kids for a set amount of hours. I think that's great. I love the idea of trying to find, maybe new or upstarts who are looking for clients and would be willing to take you on at a lower rate. But I also hear this like intentionality. And you took us to church a little bit because you said you have not because you ask not. And you have to ask an expectation.
That's what the word said. I didn't say it. That's what the word.
It's really interesting because at church on Sunday, we were talking about like expectation and how somebody was like knocking on the door, like, would you help me? Please, please, please help me. And they just kept asking. And finally the person opened the door, like, oh, here you go. Like, but they got it because they kept asking. So it's just like this audacious expectation that what you put out or what you're trying to achieve, like God will provide, the universe will create the resources, the conditions for you to have the help that you need. But it does begin with asking. So I'm encouraging anyone who is struggling or needs help or is burnt out or is stretched in to think about, hey, what do I have in my hands? Like, what can I barter? What can I pay? What can I do to like lighten my load? And then start to figure out how to get some help.
Absolutely.
Would love other people's thoughts. I'm calling it an abundance mindset. Would love, let me know in the comments other ideas that you may have. But Marty, since we talking books, because I heard you bring up my girl Rachel Rodgers. Okay.
Mhm.
So there's a book. I want you guys to check it out. It's called We Should All Be Millionaires. And did you read that, Marty?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I got to be in the millionaire club too. I can't be asking for help without being in the club.
Okay, so this book talks about your mindset, your perceptions, but one of the key takeaways for me was like, what is the highest gift that I can bring into the world? Like, what is the thing that I am uniquely gifted, talented, skilled, and capable of doing? That is what I should be spending my time on. But there
Mm,
are all of these other things as moms, as, career women or business women or entrepreneurs that, kind of pull us. And so, what does it look like to ask for help on the things that aren't necessarily um the things
mhm.
that are our zone of genius, but how to really concentrate our energies on the things that are gonna um be most profitable into the world. So Marty, what would you say in response to that?
You know, it's really interesting to think about, like, how the premise of the book was really around mindset. It's, you can be it. She didn't even have it. It wasn't someone gave it to her. She just made a choice. She made a conscious decision on the life that she thought that she deserved, and rightfully so, right? Like we all deserve greater. And so for me, it's just me being extremely conscious of what am I doing first thing in the morning, right?
Mhm.
Like before I got on here, I read my devotional. Like that's the first thing that I do every morning. I try so hard to stay focused on my morning routine.
Mm.
And then after I do my devotional, I work on my mindset. What am I telling myself for the day? What do I expect out of the day? Um what am I going to give out, and what am I grateful for that may have happened yesterday?
Mm.
How am I reflecting? That's how I get my mind together on what's going to happen, because things are going to come towards me, and everything's not going to be perfect. My God, no. But I have control on how I react to it. But so if I don't set myself up before the day begins, oh my goodness, I would be somewhere in a corner shivering and shaking.
Not shivering. No.
Because being an entrepreneur is hard. Being a mom is hard. Being a woman, a Black woman in America, is hard. And so I have to be good to myself. I have to pour into myself. And so that was really the biggest premise that I got out of the book, and really some things that I was doing pre I read that book, but then it just really amplified how I wanted to be more proactive over my life than reactive over my life.
I love that. Just the idea of intentionality, and the idea of setting setting your thoughts in order for the day, because let's be honest, like there's all of these things like distractions, negativity, that we'll see. And so what does it look like to say, you know what, before I get out this bed, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I am not ashamed, I highly recommend it, I hide in the bathroom. I'm just gonna say it. So if you have little crumb snatchers who are running around and you can't get a moment to yourself, just go hide in the bathroom. And I have my little book, I have my little devotional. I'll sit there, I'll meditate, I'll pray, and I will get my thoughts in order. So I love that. This idea of a morning routine is really powerful. Hello, my good friend Letitia. Okay, so she says positive thoughts are mandatory to help you succeed. However, some may not have all the resources. Setting up a system and being organized helps you help others. Okay, that is such a brilliant point. Marty, talk to us about like how do you set up the system? So maybe you intend to wake up and have that time for yourself, but somebody's like knocking on your door and things don't go. So how do you kind of guard your time and your space so you can have systems to keep everything in order?
Yeah, well, first of all, I have to wake up before most people in my home wake up.
Okay. What time you wake up?
I normally wake up at 6.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And so if I'm up, then I know I know at least I have an hour to an hour and a half before my daughter wakes up, right?
Okay.
And so in doing that, that's me setting myself up, right? But if I decide, no, I'm gonna wake up at 7:30 every day, I'm gonna get this extra sleep when she's sleeping, then I would be setting myself up for not pouring into me for the day, because I know that she's my priority when she gets up. So the systems that you need don't cost anything, but what you decide for it to cost. And so a piece of paper doesn't cost anything for you to write out. Getting the Bible or whatever your devotional is doesn't necessarily cost anything. So you creating a morning routine doesn't necessarily cost you anything. It can be absolutely free. It's just you deciding, am I going to spend that time and that effort to do what I need to do so that I'm setting the intentions for the day. But it's being disciplined, really.
It requires discipline. Okay. Hey, Linda Robinson. So she says she starts the day with a positive mindset. And y'all, if you met her, she's literally the most positive person you ever met. But let me see. She gives us the tools. She prays, she meditates, she journals, she writes down the goals. Those are all of the things. I maybe get 1 out of 5. But Miss Linda, thank you for sharing that. I think it's so important, and I love this idea of pouring into yourself. So we talk about self-care, and we think like cucumbers over your eyes, sitting at the spot, which I still do want. Okay, so let's be honest. But on a daily basis, like it doesn't have to be the monumental things. It can be literally stopping to think, to see what you're feeling, and to kind of sort through it. I'm gonna tell y'all something that happened to me this week. So I woke up before everybody. I woke up at 5 a.m. Woo! It was early for me. Shout out to my girl Danielle, who is on here. She has to wake up at 2 a.m. So I cannot complain. But I woke up at
Mm.
5 a.m. I put on, it may have been Maverick. Like I put on some gospel music, and I literally just laid on my floor. I did like some gentle stretches. I made up my own yoga moves. But but just that time alone, like almost like the feelings that were underneath the surface had a chance to bubble up, and I was able
Mm.
to connect what was going on in my heart with my mind. And I was like, oh, this is a challenge. Like I realized, y'all know I'm a new wife. Got married in October. Whoop whoop. Shout out to my boo.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But as a part of that, like I brought two kiddos into the relationship, welcome his two kiddos. So now I'm a whole mom of one, two, three, four kids. Um,
Wow.
and we're trying to move. And so it's all of these things that I had to stop and say, like, okay, what can I do to make things a little bit easier for myself? So I am just saying, I do think just spending a little bit of quiet time with yourself is super powerful. So
Yeah.
I know you're an entrepreneur. What would you say for women who have a dream, have a vision, want to do it, maybe you're scared, maybe don't know where the resources are? Like, how would you encourage them?
Yeah. You know, if you want the life that you want, if these are the desires, if you feel like you're aligned in purpose, if you believe that the business you want, the career goals you want are a part of what's going to fulfill you and give you purpose, it's making impact, and you are in return making impact on someone else's life. You just have to do the work. There is no there is no equation necessarily for it. Is it going to be tough? It is going to be tough. But it's about consistency. And I think really the premise of this whole conversation is it's a routine, that's a consistency, it's an intentionality, right? But if those are the things that you say that you want from an entrepreneurial stand, a corporate queen stand, right? It's about showing up every single day. It's about putting it out every single day. It's about reflecting over what didn't work, revising it to work, hearing from the audience that you are serving, the people that you are serving, making the revisions, and then getting back up and being consistent. I like to use this analogy I've seen before, and it's really interesting. I am, as an entrepreneur, I'm always preparing myself for the bus to come, right?
Mhm.
I'm standing outside, I'm standing wherever, and I'm looking for my bus opportunity. I'm planning, I'm preparing, I'm coming up with it. I'm being in control. I'm being um, where I need to be. I'm educating myself with the things that I need to do. I'm exploring new relationships, like being here, having conversations. I'm constantly preparing for the bus, right? But when the bus comes, I don't walk to the bus. I'm not, oh, the bus. Let
Not a
me just
stroll. It's
walk
not
to
a
the bus.
casual
No, I'm
stroll.
running to the bus.
Yeah.
When the bus comes, I'm running to the bus because I have been preparing for my bus moment. If the bus, when I'm running to it, I can't catch the bus, that bus wasn't for me. It was
Mm.
the protection from God that I did not need to be on that bus. But I'm constantly in preparation for my bus. If you want this entrepreneurial career, you have to be preparing for your bus. So that's really the advice that I would give that makes you stand out from someone else. Is how are you preparing for your buzz? That's it. Being consistent.
I love it. If I could sing, I would sing Sierra Level Up. Level up. Level up, level, because I think you just dropped so many gems. I think you could apply it to so many areas of life, whether it's, being the type of mother you want to be, being the type of corporate queen you want to be, being the type of entrepreneur. It's what are the daily things you are doing to invest in that vision, in that dream, the highest version of yourself? How are you working, reading, studying, having conversations so that you can gain the knowledge you need so that you can show up, so that when the moment occurs, so that when you get the call, so that when, somebody falls down and scrapes their knee, you're like, I got this. I'm ready. This is my
Mhm,
moment. Y'all, thank you so, so, so
mhm.
much for joining this conversation today. Go find Marty on social media and be sure to connect with her. Stay connected with me at Desiree S. Coleman. Look out for your next Women Work Well series. Share this, like it, comment it, tag someone. The replay will be available, and we just love and appreciate y'all. Have a great week. Be blessed.
Thank you.